Δηλαδή για αυτό το σπίτι εδώ πέρα που μένω τώρα, το mentality μου το έδωσε αυτός ο man. Κάτσε ρε μπρο. Έβγαλε Asmongold βίντεο πριν 18 λεπτά. Όχι. Όχι. Όχι ρε μαλάκα. Damn. Κρίμα. Άρα πήγε στον πατέρα του ρε φίλε. Ποιος είναι ο Asmongold? Είναι ο αγαπημένος μου streamer. Ο Asmongold είχε ξεκινήσει παλιά, έπαιζε Warcraft. Νομίζω με τη μάνα του έπαιζε Warcraft. Ήταν με τη μάνα του και τον πατέρα του. Η μάνα του έπαθε, νομίζω, αν θυμάμαι καλά, καρκίνο κάποια στιγμή. Πέθανε. Είχε μείνει μετά ο πατέρας του μόνο. Και λίγα χρόνια μετά, σήμερα, πέθανε και ο πατέρας του. Από καρκίνο και αυτός. Και τώρα έμεινε μόνος του. Damn. Και είχε καιρό να ανεβάσει. Και στο Asmongold δεν χάνουν τα βίντεο. Τα βλέπω όλα τα βίντεο τα βλέπω πολλές φορές. Πάρα πολλές φορές. Όλα τα βίντεο. Και είχε ανεβάσει, γενικά είχε να κάνει 2 εβδομάδες βίντεο. Και μάλλον πέθανε ο πατέρας σήμερα. Βασικά πέθανε ο πατέρας σήμερα. Κάτσε το δω λίγο.
Hi guys, I don't really have much of a script for this one, just gonna kind of do it off the top of my head. And I guess I want to talk a little bit about my dad. A lot of you guys probably already know, but earlier this week he passed away. And it was pretty traumatic, to say the least. And I was there with him the whole time. It was just me and him. And I kind of want to talk a little bit about it and explain kind of where I'm at, and also kind of like give you guys an explanation of, oh, why hasn't he been on? Well, that's the reason. 3 or 4 days before he passed, the doctors told me that, well, actually, let me take a step back, okay? So ever since about 2023, his health has been on the decline, and it has been on the decline despite his best efforts. He had fought against multiple infections. He got pneumonia 6 times in 2 years, basically, maybe a little bit longer than that, and one of them ended up, the most recent one, ended up leaving him hospitalized. That was the one later in June, and that's where things really...
Ρε φίλε, η αλήθεια είναι ο Asmongold από πάρα πολύ καιρό τώρα, πάρα πολλά χρόνια. Είναι ο man που είναι ο comfort streamer μου, comfort YouTuber μου, το βλέπω χρόνια. Και ειδικά από πέρσι, όταν ήμουν πολύ σκάτα ψυχολογικά, ο Asmongold ήταν ο man που έβλεπα όλη μέρα μαλάκα. Asmongold, και όταν είχε γίνει το Mafia το 2 του, ο Kai Sinat, το έβλεπα επίσης. Και αυτός λίγο πολύ μου έμαθε λίγο το mentality του να είσαι locked in φέτος. Δηλαδή, γενικά το είχα πολύ αυτό το mentality του grind, αλλά μου έδειξε το grind, το να είναι εξής, να μένεις σε ένα σκατόσπιτο. Δηλαδή, για αυτό το σπίτι εδώ πέρα που μένω τώρα, το mentality μου το έδωσε αυτός ο man. Οπότε γενικά στα streams που κάνω τώρα, ο Asmongold έπαιξε πάρα πολύ σημαντικό ρόλο. Για μένα. Και είναι κρίμα ρε φίλε, γιατί ο πατέρας του είναι πολύ καλός άνθρωπος.
You know, kind of the temperature of things really got turned up and it started getting really bad. But for about 2 years now, I've been doing a lot. I've been going over to his house, you know, multiple times a week, doing a lot of chores for him, doing things like, you know, anything from going shopping for him to, you know, like doing the sheets on his bed, making sure that his floor is vacuumed.
Σοβαρά πρότυπα έχεις? Δεν έχω πρότυπα, μαλάκα. Δεν έχω κανένα πρότυπο.
Etc. Right?
Το μόνο πρότυπο που έχω είναι ο πατέρας μου.
I was basically maintaining his entire house and cleaning it because, you know, I didn't want to have to, you know, like, I guess, you know, it's in a way dishonorable, I think, to him to, like, ask for maids to come clean up his house, especially. And so it was my responsibility, I thought, as his son to do that for him, and I did. And so that was the reason why a lot of times I would end my stream at about 7 to 8 p.m. It's mainly just to call him and, you know, make sure that he has everything he needs. And this has been something I've been doing for the past 2 years, ever since June of this year. And I mean, this is let me one more. I apologize. As I said, I don't really have like much of a internal script for this one, but when he got his pneumonia for the 4th time, before the 4th pneumonia, he's 76 years old. He's been through Vietnam. He's had heat stroke before. He has, you know, again, 78. Half of one of his lungs was gone, and he was still walking, you know, a brisk, like, 5K every single day in, like, 30 or 40 minutes. And this is, like, at 76 years old. He would do this every single day. And so, and this is after 3 pneumonias, but the 4th one really kind of, you know, it pretty much almost got him. I mean, and, you know, we were talking about this, and, you know, he was a fan of boxing, and so, you know, he was saying, you know, it was like the count was 6 or 7, right? And, you know, it was like 4 or whatever. It's like he was almost out with that 4th pneumonia, but somehow he managed to pull through, and with it.
Εσύ τα είπα καλώς άνθρωπος, είμαι σίγουρος πατέρας είναι πρώτος, φάκα FM. Να είσαι καλά, μπρο μου. Πού είσαι ρε Ρουσμπά. Το ήξερες ότι στο ποδόσφαιρο υπάρχει προπονητής στην Αυστρία που λέγεται Adolf Hatter.
A good type of new antibiotic, and everything he had recovered pretty much, excuse me, pretty much entirely. And this was kind of like, this had gone relatively well. Like, he was going back to being at the store. He lived alone pretty much his whole life, and, you know, even at the end, I would come over every single day and help him for hours, but he did live alone. Like, he would shower by himself. He would be able to take care of himself, cook himself meals, etc. Although that was something that I was kind of like, you know, because I could see, you know, I'm not stupid, right? And, like, I could see where things are going, so I had a lot of, you know, like, you know, home care stuff, personal chefs set up, and everything for whenever he thought it was time, I would be ready for it to be time. And so ever since 2023, he and I had been on relatively the same page, that we were kind of living on borrowed time. And it was a miracle that he even came out of that pneumonia at all. And we ended up being able to, earlier this year, go to Florida. And Florida is where I was born. It's where he grew up as well. And it's where the majority of my family is. And so we went out there, and, you know, I think back right now to, you know, like the fact that we were able to go out there. He was able to see everybody in the family and spend all this time with them. And at the time, I was very frustrated because I had to take time away from my stream. It was the same week that Expedition 33 came out. I was very frustrated and annoyed, also Oblivion. But
τέλος πάντων. RIP, RIP, RIP to the legend. Τον πατέρα του legend. RIP. Asmongold, μαλάκα, κουβαλάει το Twitch χρόνια τώρα. The fucking goat. The fucking goat. Αυτός εξήνεται γιατί ήταν εργανέα. Δεν καταλάβετε. Δεν θα σχολιάζα ποτέ, δεν θα έκανα ποτέ streams που σχολιάζω βίντεο. Από τον Asmongold πήρα την ιδέα. Από εδώ, από το man.